everyone had an opportunity to give? Has everyone had an opportunity to give? Have you missed one I gave? Elevate your hand if we missed you. My brothers and my sisters, the remainder of this program, the furtherance of this program will be directed by the chairman of the board of the Seaboard Missionary Baptist Association, Dr. G. Bernard Pope. Would you put your hands together and receive him as he comes and gives us further direction?
I'm happy to join here with you tonight. To our moderator, who has done a marvelous job. To this presider, Reverend Eubanks, and to all of these pontificators of Heaven's News. We do honor Prototypon Transcendentale tonight. We call him Jesus. Want to express great approbation for this very warm and welcoming program. Reverend Wallace, Paul wrote in his letter to the Galatians, he said, "For I was led up to Jerusalem by revelation to communicate the gospel which I preach. And I met with those men who had reputation in private, lest my running should be in vain." And it is that after this meeting, they extended to him the right hand of fellowship. And we come this evening to install you in this church, Greta New Bethel Missionary Baptist Church, 17025 Northwest 22nd Avenue here in the beautiful city of Miami Garden. And we do pray that God will continue to breathe on you and quicken you. Remember that he provided hope until even he gave hope to the grave, that death cannot stand in the presence of life without living again. We have Reverend Stephen Caldwell here, the pastor of New Providence Missionary Baptist Church. He will give the charge to this pastor. Reverend Ricky Scott, pastor of New Hope Missionary Baptist Church, will give the charge to the church. And Reverend Dr. D.L. Powell, pastor of New Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church, will pray the prayer of installation. And we will come down with you kneeling at that time and lay our right hand upon you and your wife. In that order they will come.
Pastor Wallace, would you please step forward as we so wonderfully and delightfully charge you as the newly installed pastor of the Greater New Bethel Missionary Baptist Church. It's the Apostle Paul, when speaking to the young pastor Timothy, In chapter 4, he charged him to preach the word. But in chapter 2, verse 80, he commanded him to remember Jesus. Pastor Wallace, so I charge you today, the newly installed pastor of the Greater New Bethel Missionary Baptist Church. The Lord sees fit today to remind you to remember some things. Remember, you belong to him. You are not your own. You have been bought with a price. Therefore, make your ministry as an offering to him. Moses, when he was leading the children of Israel through the wilderness land, got tired and upset with them because of their stiff-neckedness. Moses was told to speak to the rock, but he smote the rock because the people provoked him to anger. Remember that they are God's people and not your own. Remember Jesus and his words. Let them dwell in your hearts, your heart, that you may discover that truly he has the words of eternal life. And that his words not only have the power to transform your life, but has the power to change hearts. Remember Jesus remember Jesus who came to seek and to save them which were lost, and gave his life as a ransom for many. Make redemption your personal goal, that those who come to know him will have the clarion testimony that the redeemed of the Lord has something to say. Remember Jesus who went out doing good, who came to minister, not to be ministered to. There is much good to be done in your lifetime. And if you are willing to pay the price without being concerned about who gets the credit, as long as God is glorified, that's all that matters to you. Remember Jesus who went to the cross in complete surrender to God's will, and who many times said, he who will come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever saveth his life shall lose it, but he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. There is no discipleship without a cross, and no Christianity